Namaste, Patricia. So this is day number 4 in regard to healing from betrayal. So the first day was knowing you're not alone and that there is hope of this changing and getting better. There is no staying the same. You're either going to let this take you down and have bitterness and have trauma around it for the rest of your life and angry about it. I have seen that happen. Or you are going to be determined to heal this and make yourself a more empathetic person and develop new skills to make a great relationship and ultimately help other people who are hurting from this because you know and you have been through it. Then journaling. Getting that out on paper is one way of starting to get some insight. Again, you don't need a particular structure at this point. I will give you that with time. Then getting the right kind of support, the right kind of therapist, and some group support or books or podcasts, whatever you feel comfortable with. And you have to, dabble, I think, a little bit in all of it to see what really feels good and right. And then today I want to talk about really having some structure in your day. So in particular with the journal. And a good day really truly starts with a good night. So getting a good bedtime routine is really invaluable as well. So making sure you are taken care of, and you might be having sleep disturbance, but as best you can, still doing all the right things as far as winding down, trying to get yourself to bed at a certain time. And the more the body is used to, either taking a hot bath or then watching a relaxing TV show or reading a book or meditating, maybe doing a little journaling, reviewing your day, the better. And then, of course, just anything that promotes relaxation. So starting to do that is going to be really important. And in addition to, in the morning, getting yourself to have some structure through the day if you don't already have that. And again, you may not continue this the rest of your life, but at this point for healing, it's really important. So getting the journal out in the morning and writing about some very specific things now. So some morning questions. How are you feeling? How did you sleep? How does the body feel? Writing out then a mind dump, just anything that the mind is struggling with, that you're holding in your mind, and putting it on paper. You might give some thought to, what are the to-do lists for today? And you may have an overwhelming amount of to-do lists. So putting them down on paper, but picking 2 that you will take care of in the morning is really important. What are you going to do for movement today? Some sort of exercise is crucial for our mental health. It doesn't have to be huge, but walking, doing something, some stretching, something. Even if it's 15 minutes. What's your movement for today? Giving some thought to what your nutrition is. And, again, that might need a big overhaul, and you don't want to do that right now, but at least giving a little bit of thought to, are you binging? Are you under eating? Are you drinking enough water? Again, enough protein? Those kind of things, just some basic common sense. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, but starting to look at that and starting to implement some ways that your body can function at its best during a really challenging time is going to be really important for healing. So what's your nutrition of the day? What are potential stressors today? And that might be dealing with your partner, triggers, the pain, and starting to think about how do you want to handle that? If it were 2 years in the future, if it was somebody that you really admire in this world about how calm, cool, and collected they are when they handle a stressful situation, starting to at least, even though you might not be able to pull it off, think about How do I want to be able to pull that off and to keep my equanimity as best as possible? Tall order, but at least having something to shoot for. And then also, what are some nurturing kind of things for yourself today? What are you going to do that's either going to feel really cozy and nurturing for yourself, or it might be fun. If you actually can generate a little bit of fun, even in the most painful of days. If it's a TV show, if it's a book, if it's getting out, if it's visiting with somebody. And then, of course, what do you need to do to have, again, be productive? You know, again, depending on where you are with the level of upset you're dealing with, some of those might come with time. But if you could start doing some 3 of those morning questions and start adding in, that would be phenomenal. So getting some structure in your day, getting busy, not just letting the day happen to you, but you being more intentional about how you want this day to be. I hope that helps. Namaste.